everybody, I'm Joey Paul and I'm an indie author and welcome back to my channel. I write young adult fiction across a variety of genres, and if you think that might interest you, then think about subscribing below. So today we're going to be doing what we usually do around this time of the month, and that is looking back over the last month, as well as reviewing the goals I set myself 2 months ago and setting goals for the coming 2 months. So we're going to split it into 3 categories: work, health and miscellaneous, and starting with work. I managed 20 chapters, 80 pages and 47,336 words in February, and I was very pleased with that. I've gotten to the point with both projects where I'm starting to see the end. I should finish them both in April, and I'm looking forward to the next 2 projects. One will be the final book in the Sarah Song trilogy, Keep Your Promises, and the other will be, well, I wanted to talk about that too. I was hit with an idea, but it's not really an idea as much as 2 characters, their basics, and a location and setting for which this can all take place. I don't even have a working title at this point, and I'm pretty sure that it's a standalone and a mixture of sci-fi crime, which I last did with Walk a Mile. I know there want to be 2 characters in the main, though I think only one of them will be a POV, and I want there to be a thing that happens and it leaves the girl scrambling to solve the clues. The setting is a place that I spent the majority of my summers as a child, and it isn't going to be easy to pull it off. For those who don't know, the majority of the time I don't name the town I write in. I will end up basing it on my own hometown and using some artistic license when it comes to the particulars. Like in Crime Chronicles, I named it Down, which does have some meaning, but only to those who know the history of where I live. But this new idea should be based in Cornwall. I spent my summers there as a kid, and it's where I went in October too, so although we have another trip planned for September, I would have to do a lot of research before I could pull it off. The sci-fi setting is what interests me and allows me some creative license there too, because it will be set in the not too distant future, and the effects on the place that it is now will be massive. I don't know whether it'll be a murder or just another kind of crime, but I'm so very excited about getting to think it through and plan it out. Revision wise, I've done a lot of changes to Invisible, and I think once I have the chance to go through it again, I'll be able to send it to betas in May time, which I think is exciting but also terrifying. I plan to work on Second Pang in March because it's supposed to go to the editor on April 1st, and I want to make sure it's as shipshape as it can get. So writing wise, I've been busy but also planning a new idea. And in health, I had another busy health month. I had MEPO on the 11th and that went as well as expected. I've been having random fevers when I go to get MEPO, and this wouldn't be a problem except plague, so I usually end up having to get tested for that and then go back in a few days. This time they tested me on site and it was negative, so I was able to get my treatment. I spoke to my resp doc and he's got a few things planned to check into some worrying symptoms, so the medical stuff isn't over with yet. I had lung function tests as well, and we'll get the results of those when I next see my respiratory doctor. I also had my 3-month checkup for diabetes and my numbers have improved, so I don't have to do that again until January 2023, and just stick to the diet changes. I also had my diabetic eye check and all is fine there as well. I'm hoping for a better and quieter March, but we'll see how it goes. And in the miscellaneous section, there's not much to report here. I've been reading a whole ton and working a lot, so there's not really been much else going on. I'm reviewing the goals I set myself for January and February. Number 1, write 40 chapters, 20 of each book. Done. I wrote exactly 40 chapters. Number 2, read 70 books. Done. I read 41 in January, and while February hasn't finished, I have read over 70 books this year. Number 3, do 2 more drafts of Invisible. Done. I implemented the sensitivity reader feedback and now plan to take a break from it this month and go back to it in April. Number 4, take 1 day off completely each month. Done. I had a handful of days off in January and 1 in February because it's just a shorter month, and to get everything done I had to only have the 1 day off. Number 5, do 2 monthly spreads in planner. Done. I also bought my new planner for May onwards and I'm still loving doing my spreads. And number 6, research adds a little more. Not done. Not even a little bit. I have a playlist to work my way through, but just haven't had the energy to get it done. So that's 5 out of 6. I'd call that a win. And setting new goals for March and April. Number 1, write 40 chapters, 20 of each book. Number 2, read 70 books. Number 3, edit one last pass on Crime Chronicles The Second Pang. Number 4, send Second Pang to developmental editor in April. Number 5, do 1 draft of Invisible. Number 6, take 1 day off completely each month. Number 7, do 2 monthly spreads in planner. And number 8, research adds a little more. So there we go, that's what I went up to over the past month, that's what I've managed, that's what I've achieved, and basically that's what I'm hoping to achieve in the months coming forward. So what's one thing that you're really proud of this month? Let me know in the comments down below. So that's all I've got time for today. If you want to support my channel, you can comment, like or subscribe. I post new videos on Thursdays. You can find me all over social media, and my books are available everywhere. And don't forget to pick up Lights Off, which is the third in the Young Adult Dystopian trilogy. And also don't forget to grab a ticket for Author City in Birmingham in July 2023, where I'll be signing books. All the links for which are listed below. Thanks for watching, and remember to keep writing. Bye!